with the inevitable announcement of the new Oblivion Remaster due to the leaks we've seen all the pictures, we've seen all the things we wanted to see from Oblivion, and now it's not surprising why people are so excited about a game that's literally almost 15 years old. If I do remember correctly, Oblivion came out, I think, in 2006 or 7, I'm not entirely sure when. But it's weird how gaming has turned nowadays, whereby people are more excited for a remaster of a game that is 15 years old over a new release like a Marathon, for example. No offense, Bungie, but honestly, Marathon looks eh. Anyways, so the real question is, why do people love the Elder Scrolls? For all the hate Bethesda gets for things like Starfield as a game I felt was cool, it was good. It could have been better, it could have been greater, but it was, for lack of better word, just fine. The DLC, Shattered Space or whatever, was a miss by all sense of purposes. But I always tend to ask the question about the Elder Scrolls and of why people cherish the Elder Scrolls franchise so much. It's like, what is it about this franchise from the outside? From someone who doesn't love the Elder Scrolls, it looks something so janky. But from someone like me, who's a big BGS fan, especially when it comes to the fantasy franchises like Elder Scrolls, it triggered something in me that made me love the sense of just adventure. My love for role-playing was inspired by, especially for role-playing in Western RPGs, was inspired by the Elder Scrolls 5, which is Skyrim. Let's talk about why the Elder Scrolls franchise is so loved. And what we're going to do today is we're going to use Skyrim as a case study as why people are so excited for the new release of Oblivion Remaster or Remake, or however you want to put it, or whatever. Okay, so, quick personal story. But Skyrim was probably the game that triggered my love for Western RPGs as a genre. And looking back at it, I can really pick what made me love this franchise and why you guys as well fell in love with this series as well. Okay, so similar to what I said before, we're going to use Skyrim as a case study. Skyrim and other Elder Scrolls games encourage your need to discover things, to explore beautiful worlds created by the developers to truly feel like you're living in an actual real place like Tamriel. There's something that goes into Skyrim as a game and that goes into the Elder Scrolls franchise as a game. I remember the very first time you come out of that dungeon, especially when you're running away from Alduin in Skyrim, and you just see that, you get that feeling of just awe, that feeling of just discovery, that feeling of, oh my god, what is this place? This place looks amazing. Yes, it was 2013, no, it was 2011, so clearly the graphics nowadays look like, I ain't gonna say what it looks like because it looks like ass, but that's besides the point. What matters is, in that point in time, in that period in time where all you knew was, oh hey, Skyrim looks like a very well-made game, all you thought about was, I want to go there. And if there's any phrase that really piques the interest of people who love the Elder Scrolls franchise, I'm pretty sure this also applies to Oblivion as it applies to Skyrim. If you see something you like, if you see something you want to go to, you can go there. That's what made this franchise so revered, and I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of other similar Western RPG developers also took a lot of inspiration from Skyrim in terms of just that sense of discovery, that sense of exploration. It gives you dopamine hits for doing the things you should be doing already. So say for example in Skyrim, the developers, BGS particularly, used something very specific as to how you can actually enjoy exploring as much as you want to, and that had to do with getting level experience from just exploring. That dopamine hit of, oh hey, I discovered this new place, especially when it's that white text saying, oh, discovered shack or whatever. It's like, it hits you, it gives you that dopamine hit of whereby, oh hey, go explore, go off the beaten path. You need to go there because you're going to be really happy you went there, and then you're actually rewarded for just exploring in general. It's like the reward system gives you a reward, as it should. Nowadays, the reward system of various RPGs are very bloated, very greedy, and very stingy with rewarding you for exploring. And Avowed, for example, Avowed is like a very good example of this, whereby you do so many things, but you don't get as much experience from exploration. You get more experience from doing certain quests as opposed to you just actually, oh, seeing this place, going off the beaten path, and then you get rewarded. So things like this is why Skyrim as a game and the Elder Scrolls series as a game really triggered that sense of exploration, that sense of awe, that sense of belief in just, oh hey, this is a world that's living and breathing. Even though it's a digital world, even though it's a video game, it just felt like a world that I could live in. It felt like a world I could explore in. It's why people still play Skyrim up till now. It's why people still play the Oblivion game up till now. In the case like Skyrim, you have like four different Skyrim versions. You have Skyrim PS3, you have Skyrim PS4, you have Skyrim PS5, you have Skyrim VR, and you have Skyrim on the Switch. And obviously you have Skyrim on PC, which is by far the de facto version of Skyrim you should be playing in the first place. So we spoke about exploration. Let's talk about something else that the Elder Scrolls does so well, that's in tandem with what it does in terms of just exploration, and that also has to do with that sense of freedom. As opposed to you just having that sense of discovery, you also have that sense of freedom as to what the things are you can do. If you want to be a mercenary, you can be a mercenary. If you want to be a chef, you can be a chef. If you want to be an alchemist, you can be an alchemist. If you want to be a gigolo who marries all the hot wives of Skyrim, if you know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know, yes, you can. If you want to be a ranger, yes, you can. If you want to be an assassin, yes, you can. If you want to be anything that this game allows you to be, yes, you can. You get rewarded for the skills you've made. You get experience from using your skills more. It's not the typical RPG system whereby, oh, you have a skill tree, you apply here, there, and there, and there. You use the skill, you don't get any rewards. In Skyrim, and I'm pretty sure in most of the other Elder Scrolls games, you get rewarded for using a particular skill multiple times. You want to get better using one-handed weapons, use more one-handed weapons. You want to get better using two-handed weapons, use two-handed weapons. You want to get better at stealth most of the time. You want to get better at lockpicking most of the time. You want to get better at persuasion, get better with charisma. You know what you need to do. Go talk to people. It's just that level and just that sense of exploration that goes in tandem with just that sense of discovery that I spoke about in the previous point, whereby you're able to just do whatever you want to do within the confines of what developers have allowed you to do. It's a very well-told game whereby all the games now obviously are taking a lot of inspiration from Skyrim as a game and the Elder Scrolls franchise as a game. It's why people love Oblivion so much. Oblivion also gave you that sense of discovery, that sense of freedom in order to do the things you needed to do. As someone who hasn't played Oblivion before, I'm looking forward to playing Oblivion when it comes out, hopefully next week. Hopefully it comes out next week. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it turns out. And now, the final thing about why people love the Elder Scrolls franchise is very simple. It's a lot of people take this for granted, but the Elder Scrolls franchise was one of the forefront games in terms of modding, in terms of just the modding compatibility, the modding freedom you could do. If you thought the overall theme of this video, especially when it comes to why people love the Elder Scrolls franchise, why people love Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, and hopefully Elder Scrolls 6 when it comes out, has to do with freedom. I've spoken about freedom of exploration, I've spoken about freedom of choice, and now I'm talking about freedom of just doing whatever you want with the actual game. So an overarching freedom of, oh hey, we're giving you the ability to mod this game with whatever mod you want to see fit. If you want to put some freaky things in this game, you possibly can. If you want to put some Star Wars thing in this game, you possibly can. If you want to make new worlds in this game, you possibly can. It's possible. Anything in this game is possible with the help of just the modding system as well. And when you have a game that's so loved and so cherished with the likes of Oblivion, even with Oblivion's case, you also have Sky Oblivion, which is Oblivion being remade in the Skyrim engine, as opposed to what's going on with the game we're going to see with Oblivion Remaster, which is the game being made in Unreal Engine 5. It just shows you how much love this game has over the past years. It shows you how much it shows you what a great thriving community can do for your game. It's why people love games that allow you to do whatever you can. That sense of freedom, that sense of awe, that sense of discovery. It goes into every single aspect of what made these games great, especially coming up now. And it also shows you how the games we get nowadays don't give you that sense of freedom that you so cherished when games like Skyrim, games like Oblivion. These games are 10 plus years old. Skyrim is literally about 14 years old. Oblivion came out in 05, 06, so it's close to 20 years by now. It's why people love games like Baldur's Gate 3. That freedom, that sense of doing what you possibly wanted to do is why people love these games. The Elder Scrolls franchise, in general, is a loved franchise. It's a franchise that will continue to thrive as long as the developers allow it to continue to thrive. Removing options from these games doesn't help anyone. It's why Starfield fell on a mixed bag, and it's why Starfield had so much mixed reactions to it, because as much as it is a Bethesda game, it doesn't give you that same level of freedom an Elder Scrolls game would have given you in a game like Skyrim, in a game like Oblivion. And it's why people cherish the Elder Scrolls franchise. It's why people are looking forward to new Elder Scrolls franchise, and it's why people are so excited for the new Elder Scrolls game. Well, I wouldn't say new, the newer Elder Scrolls game in Oblivion Remaster coming out. Hopefully it turns out to be something special, hopefully it turns out to be something great. Leave in the comment section down below what your favorite moment of Oblivion is, and also give me tips about how I can get better at Oblivion. Give me tips about what I should expect from going into the Oblivion game. I'm pretty sure the Oblivion Remaster is literally just a new coat of paint with Unreal Engine 5, so it doesn't really take away from the actual systems of the game in itself. So you guys leave in the comment section down below what I should be looking forward to in Oblivion. And thank you guys for watching the video. Hope to hear from you soon. I'll see you on the next one. Have a lovely day. Peace out.